What's going on, guys? Corn here, and today I won't be doing a very long theory, but I will be answering some questions and comments I've gotten on various theory videos. And so the first one, I promised this user I'd answer this one, so I'm going to. It's a pretty simple question, who Sans and Papyrus' mom is, with a relatively simple answer. They don't have one. They're skeletons, they don't have a mom. But before Gastra was done being the royal nerd, he tried several times to create humans from the souls that were collected. They kept, however, turning into monsters, or close things to humans that weren't quite monsters. Anyway, pretty much everything that's a boss in the game. And one of the first things he tried was the closest remains of a human that could be found underground, which were skeletons. And they did hold the souls pretty well, but as I said earlier, they weren't quite human or monster, and thus is every boss in the game. Sans sort of quote-unquote adopted Papyrus because they weren't the same, they were created around the same time and ended with similar results and similar abilities. Alright, so on to the next one. Sounded Abyss Gaming 1 states this. Flowey only tries to kill you and Asgore because he has no reason to kill anyone else. He tries to kill you because you have the ability to reset, which you got from him. You entered the underground and he thinks killing you can get it back, and he kills Asgore because he's the only thing he can get away from the 6 human souls. An answer for what he doesn't understand is simple. And he has no soul and no emotions. The only thing he knows is how to kill. He says, I think that the pacifist routes he did get boring. What everything will do that when he's turned into the genocide. The only time he shows any other emotions is simple, the genocide route. He shows fear from getting killed by the murderer. You've become aka his best friend, and also Asriel seems to say something at the start of the fight, everything saying he has given up on destroying the world, now he only wants to destroy you, and Asriel is Flowey's true four, and it seems he remembers what he did as Flowey, so anyone try and debunk this. Okay, that was really, really awful. So I fixed it. See, look at that. It's much better. Now, on to the request for debunking. I'm not going to debunk you, but this guy who was trying to debunk me did it, and it works much better for you. It doesn't actually work for me. So, there you go. Now, this is from my Chara vs. Frisk video. The quote is, it's made pretty clear in-game that Chara and Frisk are entirely different people. The fact that some time has passed between Chara's death and Frisk's appearance, and Chara themselves saying that they were resurrected, aka Chara is dead and Frisk is alive, should be enough to tell you that they aren't the same person, blah blah blah. I'll just let you screen cap and read the rest if you want. And I do appreciate the grammar in this one, so thank you to people who comment with good grammar. But anyway, what that comment didn't acknowledge is that the characters have memories based on all the timelines, with or without saves. An example being that Sans makes fun of you for how many times you die to him, and that Flowey calls you a monster if you go back and kill Toriel after first not killing her, etc. And if Chara and Frisk were the same person but with multiple personality disorder, then Toriel could catch on and tell the others that the child is different somehow. Thus, time could pass, flowers could grow, all that. Now, I like this next one. It's well thought out. Not exactly correct, but well thought out nonetheless. To make things interesting, that flower bed Frisk wakes up on is actually Chara's grave. Chara is supposed to represent you, the true intentions when you first play an RPG. So your first playthrough without any prior knowledge of the game is Chara, quote-unquote, the first fallen human. Now, I do like this one, and there are a few problems, but I will be the first to say that it would be awesome if this one actually were the case. The problem is, even on the first playthrough, you wake up on the bed of flowers. Also, Chara is taken to be the evil one, but the premise of the game was completed. The premise under the game. I cannot talk today. The premise the game was completed under was not having to kill anyone, so downloading the game, many people went in with that goal. That was the whole Kickstarter pitch. Also, thought I'd show this comment too. Not as well thought out, but a similar theory. Now, I think I have time for one more, so let's try my theory on Asgore. According to Prince Fancy Penguin, love your username by the way, Asgore didn't kill any children, and it's kinda obvious because no child made it past Waterfall. Also, I would like to say Asgore also wants to continue Asriel's plan to save all monsters, and Asgore tells Frisk to kill him and take his soul and leave also Toriel as the bad one for one kidnapping children, two keeping the souls for herself, and trying not to save monsters. And Flowey wasn't a failed attempt because Azrael and Kara's soul fused and they were both killed, and the sow was lost, and Azrael was spreading onto a flower, which Alphys used to make Azrael living again. That fix your run-on sentence. But I fixed this one too. So you are all welcome for that. Also, what? This doesn't make any sense, and if anyone wanted to comment on this video and translate this, I'd love that, and your comment will probably be my next one if you do. Thank you, stay determined, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys when I see you.